Hello, my lovelies. Cancers, this is going to be your September monthly reading. We're going to start with some angel guidance. We're going to see what the angels need us to know for the month of September. So this applies to Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus placements. So watch all of yours so that you're able to get your full September monthly reading. Thank you, angels. What does Cancer need to know for the month of September? That you need to listen deeply. So this tells me that your angels are trying to get you to pay attention to something, and you might be ignoring it. You might not be listening to your intuition or those nudges from spirit. So this is an indication that they need you to pay attention to something important and that they're trying to give you some sort of guidance or assistance somewhere. So pay attention to those cues from source, from your angels. The signs, symbols, and synchronicities that you see, hear, or feel could all be very important. They are trying to pour out to you some sort of holy love. So this is agape, and agape translates to pure divine energy or pure love. And so that's really important that if you aren't feeling that, that you ask for them to show you that more. And they will. They'll give you signs, they'll give you symbols. Sometimes you can actually feel your angel wrap you in their wings and give you like an energetic hug. So you can definitely feel that energy coming through. Let's see how we raise our vibration this month. What do we need to know for Cancers? All right. Your mind is an altar to source energy. So you want to keep that clean and you want to keep that positive. So I almost feel like you're very cluttered energetically in your mind, that you might have a long to-do list, you might have a long list of responsibilities, that you might have a lot of things on your plate right now. So you do need to kind of delegate, or you need to kind of prioritize is the word that Spirit's giving me, that you want to prioritize what has to get done and what can maybe be pushed off a little bit longer until you have a little bit more space or energy in order to do that. So I do feel like you are starting to receive some divine downloads or messages from source. So you want to try and keep your energy clean and flowing, not bogged down or clogged from all of the clutter that might be surrounding you, either physically or energetically. All right, what else do we need to know for Cancers? Your sensitivity is a gift. So this would be the sacral chakra, and this is like the pleasure center and creativity, but you also need to tap into that wisdom. And I feel like there's lots of pearls of wisdom coming to you from source, and ironically there's strands of pearls here. Seahorses could also be significant, or starfish, and this is also a card that tells us that we might need to connect to water energy. Obviously Cancer is a water element, so I do feel like the sea might bring you some peace. What else am I picking up here? That there's going to be like some wave of inspiration, and the sensitivity that you have is actually part of your calling. It's a gift that you need to learn how to use in order to be able to not only help yourself but to help others along their path. Let's get you a song. Let's see what we have for Cancers. Let It Go by James Bay. So what is it in your life that you need to let go of? There's something that you're holding on to that's not helping you. It's actually hindering your progress forward. And I feel like that's also cluttering your mind. It's cluttering your space. And so we need to find room. And the way we find room is we purge things. We let go of things that don't work for us. There's a full moon coming up. Let's see, I believe tomorrow on the 30th of August is the full moon. So I'm recording this on the 29th. I'm not sure when it's going to post for you guys yet. So on the 30th, there's a full moon. That's about releasing. That's about letting go of things that we don't wish to take with us further. We're in a bunch of retrograde cycles. That's also about releasing things, reevaluating what works, what doesn't work, so that we can finally let go of the things we don't want to take with us. So your song, Let It Go, James Bay, listen to that. Listen to the lyrics. And you have the card Listen Deeply. I feel like there is another message inside the song for you about what it is or how you can let go of whatever this is that isn't working for you. Let's see what we have going on for your tarot messages for the month. Cancer, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. What do they need to know for September? All right, the Hermit could be dealing with a Virgo. I do feel like you need to kind of retreat a little bit this month. And I feel like by retreating, you're actually going to be able to listen to your spirit team. You're going to be able to evaluate what isn't working in your life. And you're also going to be able to connect to the divine love in order to find some space or some healing. But there could be a lot of loneliness attached to letting go of this. And I feel like that might also be a struggle of letting go. You do need to stand your ground somewhere and you need to stick up for yourself. You need to have some strong boundaries. There's lots of frustrations around you, but you're able to overcome this if you are on top of the situation. So keep your mind clear. It does look like you get some sort of clarity or some sort of breakthrough is coming. It does help to alleviate some of the frustrations, but it could be a double-edged sword. Like if the truth comes out and it's not great, that could definitely be something that you feel like is a setback. I feel like it's going to be a breakthrough. It's going to help open new doors of opportunities. The Lovers, Gemini energy. So this is an indication we have a choice to make when it comes to love. You're going to have to make some sort of decision. Are things working? Are they not working? Take stock of what's happening and decide what you want to do going forward. It's time to cut off some sort of toxicity. Capricorn energy with the Devil. Things that make you feel like you're stuck, trapped, or bound, toxicity, addictions, all of those things that are binding you or keeping you stuck. It's time to evaluate what you can keep and what you need to release. The Page of Cups. This could be a younger water sign. This could be you. This could be somebody that's bringing you some sort of good news. I feel like there's an offer coming to you after a period of silence. I also feel like this is something that you're going to also help this younger person in your life. And you may have been really stuck and stagnant, frustrated, and not really knowing which direction to go. I do feel like you're getting a little bit stronger or that you're deliberating something that's causing you delays. I feel like whatever it is whatever you're supposed to be letting go of. So the delay is because there's a lot of indecision. And when you really decide what it is that's going to work for you, you're able to make a clear choice going forward. You are currently in this state of feeling really stuck or trapped, though, but your breakthrough is coming. So I feel like you need to be able to almost let go of the frustrations. Like take a deep breath, do some grounding, do some meditation, maybe clean your space, and that helps to free up some energy. And just kind of let go of what you don't want energetically, whether it's like, okay, I'm done thinking about this, I don't want to deal with this anymore. You have to start making the space. You feel trapped because you don't see a way out. There is some sort of breakthrough coming. All right, so some sort of news is coming in quickly, and it has to do with love. I feel like this could be a message of love coming in, or somebody's making you an offer that maybe you didn't expect, but you're going to have to choose. You're going to have to make a decision. And there is some strength needed to overcome whatever this toxicity is, addictions, codependency, or whatever is keeping you stuck. The Queen of Wands. I do think that there is potential for you to actually be very positive about these changes. I also think that you have the passion within you to be really driven, really outspoken. Sunflowers could be significant. Black cats. Let's see, what else am I picking up here? That you really do need to be strong, that you need to find your inner strength. All right, so we have a new beginning for you in finances as well this month. Could be a new job offer potentially. More money's coming. It's a divine wish being granted to you in divine timing. Helps get you unstuck and out of the frustration. You have a lot of choices, a lot of choices to make this month, and you do feel really trapped by this decision. I also feel like it's going to be something you need to weigh carefully, that you don't want to rush anything and you don't want to jump into something you're unsure of, but that you need to look beyond some sort of limitation and know that there are improvements coming if you make a good decision. So choose wisely. It could lead to a lot of abundance for you and your family. I do also think that that's the good news that's coming in, along with love, potentially a new work offer, and a lot of clarity after a decision. We have the happiest card in the deck, the Sun, Leo energy. So we have Capricorn and two Leo cards back to back. So you could definitely be dealing with a Capricorn or a Leo. And I think that this is something you're trying to overcome all of the obstacles, all of the toxicity, and really find your happy place again. But there is the possibility for that to happen. We have the King and the Queen of Wands. So this tells me that there could be a power couple you could be part of, or a power couple, maybe even like your parents, an authority figure, But this person's very restless, outspoken, and ambitious, so I feel like they're going to get something accomplished. You do have some decisions to make this month. You need to choose wisely what you want your future to look like. Could be traveling as well, taking a short trip, and letting go of these burdens. Your song is Let It Go. I feel like you really are holding on to something that's no good for you and it's weighing you down. So it's very time to let go of this heavy load. The Knight of Pentacles. You might be traveling, you might be relocating. Could be an unexpected visitor coming to see you or some sort of message to share. I do feel like you're traveling or moving to greener pastures, meaning that you're going towards your wealth and abundance, things that you really do want. Your final tarot card. There will be a reason to celebrate, so there is good news coming. I really strongly feel that there's just stuff that you need to release, and you need to be willing to release it. Don't keep holding on to this. You already know this. You're a very intuitive sign, but you are holding on to this whether you realize it or whether you don't. So we're going to do some shadow work. We're going to see what is keeping you stuck. What are the things that are hidden? What does Cancer need to know for September? All right, so 10 of Cups, this would basically be in reverse. So there's some sort of painful ending. There's a lot of disharmony or imbalance within a love situation or within a family. You may have come from a very dysfunctional home. Maybe you're not sure what happiness really looks like. So you need to start by trying to do the things that make you happy as long as they're healthy and don't hurt anybody else. I feel like you need to start setting some goals that you're going to make things different. That if you grew up in a household that was a broken home, you're not going to do that for your life or for future generations to come, your children and things like that. So let the toxic cycle end with you and let it be a thing of the past. Don't carry it forward into the future. I feel like you've lost hope that things can actually get better or transform. And I feel like there's been somebody that's maybe tried to scam you or abused their power, and you're overcoming these toxic cycles. You have the Devil twice. So I do think that this is an indication you are trying to work on healing and that you want freedom from this. You're tired of losing sleep over this situation. You no longer wish to do that. So you are trying to actively make some changes for some positive things going forward. There's been a lot of fighting and conflict that you're trying to let go of, that you're trying to move past. You are looking like you're doing your shadow work, or you're trying to see what your part of this is so you can finally release what doesn't serve you. And it does look like indecision is what's holding this up currently, so we do need to make a decision. You've waited long enough. There's been plenty of delays. It's time to finally make some forward progress. All right, so what else do we need to know for Cancer for the month? What does Cancer need to know? All right, you need to start by nurturing yourself. You could also be a mom. Maybe you're spread a little bit thin, so start with some self-love and some self-care. The Moon, you have it both in the same position. So I feel like you're finally starting to see reality for what it is. It's also water sign energy. So looking past some sort of illusion and making sure that you see things in reality is going to help you to be able to go forward. You had the stars and the moon. So I feel like there is a wish fulfillment coming in, but I also feel like you have to see reality for what it is. So don't get caught up in fantasy this month. There is potentially a good partnership that's there for you. Someone who nurtures you, someone who gives you what you need so you can heal. Could also be parental figures. I feel like your mother or your father could have been really, what's the right word, Spirit? They could have been your safe place. They could have been somebody who really was there for you. And I feel like if they're no longer here, that could be something that you really are feeling like you're lacking, and that this pain is something you're still carrying with you. So there's no rush in healing, especially if you're grieving something, but sometimes we have to adjust to a new normal where we're still able to function, where we aren't just in this deep depths of despair. So healing is something that I feel like you really do need to work on, and letting go of the past, that's something we don't want to get stuck in toxic cycles. It's time to end the sabotage, the backstabbing, the betrayal, and sever ties with that, because you're holding up your own abundance with the 10 of coins. I feel like you have some sort of wealth, abundance, or inheritance coming to you, but you need to nurture what you want to grow. Decide what you want your future to look like, and then be willing to take some action to get there. You are facing your fears. You have both cosmic mirrors. You are definitely trying to face your fears and figure out what it is you need to do in order to make a decision to go forward. You need to have some strong boundaries. You need to be willing to set some boundaries and cut out people who just, it does not work with them in your life. Cut them out. block them if you need to, have some tough love, have some boundaries, and finally be willing to let go of the past. There is some sort of new learning experience that you're going to be dealing with, either going back to school, furthering your education, or planning or setting some goals. And this will reflect some gigantic changes that may shock you. It may come suddenly or unexpectedly, but remember, ultimately, the Tower comes to destroy everything that doesn't work for us so we can go forward into something that is much better suited for us. Your final two cards. We have a lot of confusion, so I feel like the Tower is needed in order to alleviate the confusion because the world is on the other side of that. You'll soon have a lot of opportunities presenting themselves. You're going to also have the world at your fingertips, things coming full circle, and this is an opportunity for you to make a fresh start. So use it wisely. Definitely let go of the things that don't work for you this month. You have a world of opportunities waiting for you if you stop with all of the negativity. So make a conscious decision to change and go in a new direction, because if you don't, I feel like the Tower is coming regardless to really rock your world. Have a great rest of your month, and we'll see you soon.